We are clicking it all day today. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Yes, it's the same clothes because we've been filming a bunch of these at the same time. Whatever, that's how you do these things. But anyway, I'm Hank B. This is
Josh T.
And we are R2Cents Media. So we wanted to do this video. We're going to kind of debate the merits of a game company, remaking a game versus working on a new product and trying to put it out there that, expands upon their library. We will be using examples of games, but this is not generally targeted at any one thing. We're more just debating over the topics of remakes versus new games. Where do you fall on the line?
I think remakes are necessary because of like the nostalgic feel that you had growing up. It's like, man, I wish with today's technology, this game could be better, like graphically.
Right, but the big pitfall of that, I'm going to bring it out right now. Final Fantasy VII. Everybody that loves Final Fantasy VII, we're saying that since the second year after it was released. We were all like, we would love this game remade with current graphics. And every time graphics got better, we all said that more. We said that more, and then they said, okay, we're going to do it.
They did amazing with the graphics. I mean, they
but that's not
triangles
that
and
game wasn't a fucking remake. That's the problem.
It was an overhaul.
That was a totally new game. So, I mean, we have to be careful what we wish for in regards to that.
Yeah.
But so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like you were right onto that topic of
with remakes. I mean, they establish such a good story that captivates people that over time, like you want to see that game maybe with better graphics, with maybe a slightly better story. Well, I mean, the classics, the story was good back in the day. Like I'll use Resident Evil for an example. Resident Evil 2 remake. They did the remake, but they altered it a lot from the classic, and they missed a lot of key stuff from the classic, which was kind of a downer for me. But overall, it was still a good game. Resident Evil 3 should have been its own game. Like that wasn't even Resident Evil 3. That game was garbage. That didn't even deserve the title as a remake. I would, like in our centometer, I would give that like a 0.00001 cent, like a fraction of a cent.
You'd give it a peso.
Yeah, if that's what it's worth in Mexico. But like that, like some remakes can be upsetting, and a whole lot of it is, maybe the teams that are like, hey, let's make a remake of this game because it was so good.
Yeah.
But then they get new people involved with like, I got an idea. We could do this. We could do this, and bring something new to the table, and like the kids would love it. And it's just like, no, give us that nostalgic story, or whatever that you had in the original. Make the graphics better, make it newer. Add some things onto it, but don't make it ridiculous to where you're just remaking the whole freaking game.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's like remakes are fine if you're doing it for graphic purposes. The graphic technology now is so much better. And if you want to add cutscenes with maybe some actual voice actors saying the original lines with an actual where their guys are talking, and I picture Metal Gear Solid where you just had a computer scene with the guy, hey Snake, good job. Sorry, my ventriloquism is a little off lately. But if you actually put in actual scenes of that, that'd be kind of cool. But that's why you need to be remaking it. Don't remake it to make it a whole new game and then still claim it's the original, because it's not the original. It's not going to be received because it's not the same game. Again, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, if you're going to do that, just make it a new game.
Yeah. And
just be like, hey, bam.
Yeah, keep the same aspect of whatever timeline you want to use it of like the original, but just make it a different game. Like Resident Evil 3 should have been a different game. Like Resident Evil fucking Nemesis turns into a dog, which he never did in the first one,
Right.
Like fucking Dog Nemesis. Name it fucking Resident Evil Dog Nemesis, because that game was stupid. And I can't believe he turned into a dog. But like remakes should stay true to the remakes. Like the one that has nailed it that we recently talked about was Modern Warfare 2. They redid the campaign. It was done beautifully. They added different dialogue, but it was all done beautifully, and I hope they add on to it. But other companies that do remakes need to learn from them and just remake their game and maybe build onto it from there.
So basically, in our remake versus new game argument, if I would say both of us are leaning towards it is better for a company just to release the new game than try to remake a classic if they're not going to stay true to the classic.
Yeah, stay true to the classic.
I mean, I agree with that sentiment. Stay true to the classic. Because I think any of us can agree, any gamer can agree when they're looking at a game that they have fond memories of and you see it bastardized. I mean, that's really upsetting.
It is. It is.
I mean, and you also lose faith in the brand.
Yeah. I
mean, that's something too. Is like a lot of people buy games based on the brand name that backs them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Square Enix with Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and 9, like they had a good run. And then it turned into, well, Square Enix is doing this game. I want to check it out because I remember that game. Oh, Square Enix is doing this. Hey, I want to check this out. And I still kind of do that, but at the same time, now I'm just like, well, look what they did to 7. Yeah, I don't know if I want to check out what they're doing anymore.
When they said that they were going to bring the turn-based system back with the free roam one, I was kind of iffy about it, but I was like, oh, cool, they're going to have the turn-based feature to it.
Yeah.
No, they butcherized the turn-based feature. Basically, your character's still running around doing stuff, and like you still control your character, but it's like you select the category or the turn. It was
garbage. What they tried to do to appease the people that wanted turn-based, it just turned into garbage. Especially when they originally released it, they said it was going to be the turn-based system, and they changed their mind. That they need to not try to outthink themselves and just realize. I mean, everybody wanted the 7 just remade with current graphics.
Yeah, because
that's all we wanted.
Turn-based, there was a strategy to the game. It's like I got my 3 characters. I can heal. I can attack, I can, do whatever, but like if you're low on health, it's like you got to sacrifice a turn to heal your party so that someone stays alive, that you can continue with the battle. This one, where you're free roaming around, it's like, oh, I just got to run away and heal, and then okay, now I can fight again.
On your argument of they should have just made it a new game, just keep the concept. Well, that's kind of what Mass Effect did. I'm not saying Andromeda was a remake, but they kept the same concept, but Mass Effect Andromeda was a horrible game. Following the same guidelines. So then again, it's also comes out to, would they have been better off? Because like Legendary has been so well received. Mass Effect Legendary, everybody loves it. Because what did they do?
Went back to the roots.
They stayed at the roots. They re-released the same 3 games, but they updated the graphics a bit. They kept the story. They maybe added a little bit here and there. They didn't F it over. Everybody loves Legendary. New players are getting into Legendary. And now there's all this hype for Mass Effect 4. I mean, that's a perfect example of don't screw up. Oh, God damn. Sorry, that was kind of shocking. But that's kind of like a new game versus remake. I mean, don't try to do a remake for a quick buck. It never works. Don't make a crap game for a quick buck. It doesn't work. Like, yes, they should make concise games, but if you're gonna do a remake, stick to the original product. Stick to what the game was.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people want them to do a KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Okay.
But I think everybody's afraid they actually will, because everybody who loves KOTOR will know they're gonna F it up. As much as people want the original Knights of the Old Republic game to be remade with current graphics, with more stuff in there, like maybe, increase a little bit of what you could do in the game, they would totally butcher the game because that's just what happens. Remake, we're going to butcher the game. And it's not going to have the same nostalgia. And then you got the company going, well, this should have done well. KOTOR did well. Well, did you stick to the same game? No.
It was, I mean, it wasn't a remake, but like, let's say the big franchise Diablo 2, they had like this huge, intricate skill tree. Then they went to Diablo 3, it's like, oh, you have these little runes, and there wasn't much customization. Right. I played Diablo 3 for probably like 2 weeks, and I'm like, no, fuck this game. It's not what I imagined it would be. Yeah, they didn't stick to the roots of like the Diablo. But
then they released Diablo 2 remastered.
Yeah, and then everybody loved it.
Everybody loved it. Again,
I loved it.
And what did they do? They stuck to the roots of the actual game.
And then after they stuck to the roots of the actual game, they decided to add on to it. More
Yeah.
rune words, more different weapons, or whatever. But all in all, I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Just if you're a game company, manufacturer, maker, listen to us. We're the people that play your damn games. And when you bring out dog shit, I don't want to play in it. I don't even want to smell it. And that's my 2 cents.
I kind of agree with his 2 cents. It's pretty much my 2 cents. Like, if you're going to remake it, stick to the core of what's the original. I mean, most people want remakes for better graphics, not for you to change the gameplay system. Change the gameplay system in a new game, not in the original.
Tell me about your
game.
3 rules before we end.
Oh, yeah. So I was telling him I have 3 rules for a game. Don't piss me off, don't bore me, and don't frustrate me. Now, I'm not talking about just like simple initial, oh, damn it. I'm talking about like real core, this fucking game is so frustrating, or this is just too damn boring to play, because I'll stop playing the game altogether if you like commit 2 of those fouls in the same game. I've only ever had one game commit 3 of those fouls. It all happened in the same scene in White Knight Chronicles.
Just one thing, huh?
One thing.
He was like, nope, I'm done.
White Knight Chronicles. So we're going to go ahead and cut this here, and then there's going to be a little post scene talking about White Knight Chronicles. But that was our 2 cents on remakes versus new games. So tell us what you think. So, and then, yeah, that should be about it for that.
Yeah, an email probably popped up.
I'm sure we have it up there. We love to put it up there.
Let us know how you think about our. How would you rate us on the centometer of our, remakes versus what else?
New games.
Remakes versus new games. Do you agree with us? Highly agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Do that centometer.